Hello everyone, it's Sunday, so that means we're streaming. I'm Money Black Mage, and we are playing Star Wars Squadrons. So let's jump right in. Hope everyone's having a good weekend so far. Oh, gotta worry about this connection. For some reason, I have a hard time connecting to EA Play. This better not be an update. Okay, I think we're good. Hey Josh, welcome to chat. Glad you can catch the stream early. I like how it just immediately jumps a quick match. Like, this is what you want, right? Nope. We are only playing the story mode this time. Oh, mission select right off the bat. I like that, because it kind of tells you all the medals that you've won and what you can win. There's a lot of stuff you can do after the fact, which I appreciate. Oh, we've seen this screener before. Feels weird hearing your real name. What's your screen name? I'm terrible with remembering real names or screen names, though. When it comes to YouTube, it's not like it's on Twitch. Which apparently the big thing on Twitch, as you know, is collaborations. Something I never actually have taken the opportunity to do, because collaborations have existed since forever. I remember early YouTube, everyone was like, oh, you gotta collab to grow and stuff like that. And so people would do all sorts of fake collabs with each other. But I was never one who ever actually collaborated with anything. I once voiced a character on a Final Fantasy VII dub project. I was actually Rude, which was cool. I liked Rude anyway. They offered me Barrett, but I don't prefer Barrett. Oh, Awesome One? Oh, hey, Awesome One. I'm not gonna remember that compared to Josh. So, please forgive me. I am terrible with names and aliases.
Focus. Shen's right. Tighten it up, Sol. Von Rick. Save a little for the enemy.
Because most of my stuff is solo projects. I don't really do anything like a podcast where I can have guests on or even talk with other people that work in my field. And vice versa. Nobody's exactly reached out to me and be like, man, I'd really like to hear your voice on this, that, or the other. So the idea of a collab is just weird to me.
So, you're our new wingmate. Welcome to Titan Squadron. I'm Varco Gray, Squadron Leader. I think they're waiting for you in the briefing room. Better make a good first impression.
I want to... Oh. We've seen this before.
Welcome home, pilot. It feels like a lifetime since Fostar Haven, doesn't it? One fool betrays his squadron, and loyal officers like us are reassigned in disgrace. I heard they sent you to the Outer Rim. I got the Merum sector, protecting fuel shipments from petty scoundrels and pirates. The kind of posting that used to end careers. Before Endor. Before Lyndon Jabes reappeared. No doubt you've heard. Admiral Sloane has instructed me to hunt that traitor down and end this Project Starhawk.
Project.
It seemed fitting that I bring you back to help me destroy Lyndon. Your Empire needs you, pilot. Are you willing?
Anything for the Empire.
Good.
The Empire brings peace and security to the galaxy. It puts food on the table of so many people. It keeps the ruffians in check. It keeps order going. puts kids in school, gets crime off the street. Honestly, the Empire is pretty good.
Begin the briefing.
Sure, some people they conflate the details and
One of our spies,
put a negative
Major
spin on
Thorne,
things,
has
but
discovered vital
honestly, Empire
intelligence
does a
on
lot of
Project
good.
Starhawk.
Hey, Umbra, how's it
Your
going?
mission is to extract her from an orbital outpost above Hosnian Prime. Your job is to secure the outpost for our extraction team, who will arrive aboard
We
the
produce
shuttle
manufacturing
Radius.
across the galaxy. We give
Behind
people
enemy
jobs.
lines, you must be precise and swift.
You know, we put
have
people
no
on the
room for
star
error,
maps. We
Titan.
keep the gangsters
To
out of
gain
things.
access, you'll have to eliminate perimeter defenses. Intelligence reports missile platforms defending Hosnian space. Destroy them. The outpost
I mean, if
itself
honestly,
is
if the Empire
protected
wasn't
by
around, think of all the
turbo laser cannons
terrorism
on
that
all
would be running
sides.
around.
Evade and
All the
eliminate
chaos
them
that
all.
existed before
When you've
there was
secured
just
the
one
area,
centralized
you'll escort the Gladius to the
authority to
outpost,
just
and
kind of
our
regulate
extraction
everything.
team will acquire Agent
We used to have
Thorne.
such substandard levels
Once Thorne is
of just
secure,
living across the
reach your
galaxy.
Gozanti
Thank
cruisers
goodness the
and
Empire
return to
came
the
by and
Overseer.
really put people in their
Do not
place.
lose our spy under any circumstances. That is all.
I'm Rella Sol. No need to introduce yourself. I've already reviewed your service record. It's been a long time since you were on the front lines. In days past, a mission like ours would have been afforded every possible resource. Unfortunately, times are tight since Endor. In one battle, we lost our Emperor and gained 100 warring factions.
See, this is
Only
exactly
Emperor
why we
Palpatine
can't
has
leave
dissolved the
terrorists to just
Imperial
kind of run
Senate.
amok.
At least then, senators, like my parents, could have maintained order after Endor. But no. Not that I question the Emperor's decision, of course. But now that he's gone, we must look to the future. And reinstating the Senate would help subdue all of this infighting.
I don't know, the Senate was terrible,
later
even
about
during
that.
the Old Republic days. Because everyone knows getting a whole room of politicians together to agree on everything is so productive. You want bureaucracy times a million? That was the Galactic Senate. Nothing got done.
Now more than ever, the Empire needs
Planets voting on the
reliable
fate of
soldiers
other
like
planets that
Agent
have literally
Thorne.
nothing to do with them, that are
But
light years away? Come on now.
Unity is the only path to progress.
What is the person in the background doing?
I trust you are
Lord.
aligned with Admiral Sloane's vision for the Empire. We cannot afford to fracture. Not after Endor.
They're
This
slamming
mission
that
is a
data pad
vital
like something
step towards
fierce.
dismantling the rebellion. And they are a rebellion. Don't be fooled by their new name. The New Republic will fall, just like the last one. It's time for you to play your part.
To be frank, the Old
Get to the
Republic was
hangar.
run pretty crappily.
Ready your ship.
I believe we talked to these people already. No, it wants us to keep talking.
Newcomer. Welcome to Titan. Call me Shen. Before you ask.
Yeah, we heard
helmet
this
speed
before.
on, cockpit or not. Too many hard landing. Fine.
Skip.
Advice. Good.
I guess they didn't save the conversations we already did.
You're the new. I'm her. We're going right. I was Captain. She knows. Pollock. Always late.
Okay.
You'll be the new pilot. Sergeant Wade, chief mechanic and head of the hangar crew. Don't see the appeal in flying myself, but I've been working on TIE since they rolled off the assembly line. Your fight is in good hands. The Overseer saw some action at Pothar and JL, but it's had a complete inspection and overhaul for this mission, Admiral Sloane's orders. And on my orders, every tie in this hangar has been serviced and test flown. Tighten half the rivets myself. We're ready. Gotta say,
Every
you know
single
how
TIE
you
fighter is
and
past a
Titan cope
50-point
out there.
inspection.
No shields or life support, just hull plating between you and space. It must build character. Never met a TIE pilot who backed down from any challenge, shields or not. I've prepared your starfighter to match the latest Imperial guidelines. But if you've got a preferred component or need something customized, I'll take care of it. Just say the word. Your TIE fighter's ready. Good flying.
Thanks.
The TIE fighter. Classic. Maneuverable. Flexible. Can't take much direct fire, but that's no problem for a skilled pilot. Your loadout, however, is not standard. And again, neither are any of Titan Squadron's missions.
Well, these guys can carry proton torpedoes. Oh geez, you have to be 500 meters out. We'll stick with standard concussion missiles. We're a dogfighter. I don't know, do we want to have... We already have garbage health. Do we want to have better health? With such low acceleration maneuverability, I think we'll be picked off. I don't want to make us literally more fragile than we are. I do like this, though. Counter-locking and faster lock for me. I like that. Hey Sam, how's it going? Hey average viewer. I'm gonna stick with the standard. I think we're good. Let's see if I remember how to fly.
Squadron, on me. Imperial fighters, divert course and leave this system immediately, or you will be destroyed.
Howard's right.
Remember, we must be swift and precise. They'll scramble fighters quickly.
No doubt they'll reinforce from the surface as well as the station.
Rebels arrive. Don't leave.
Sounds like a good strategy to me.
Yeah, TIE fighters are basically kind of like old American tanks, where they were just heavily mass-produced, and therefore each individual was just garbage. And so what you do is you just kind of make up for it by having lots of numbers, and it honestly forces better pilots, because obviously the ones that can live flying such garbage, they aren't sloppy.
Don't take their cannons head on unless you have a death wish. You think that hurt? We can shoot down their salvos. Too close.
I'm not very good at dodge evading those.
They have a lock. That's your target.
Nice.
I'm in position.
All it means is that we simply have to be a little bit more responsible when it comes to the way we pilot. After all, the Empire doesn't have much use for inefficient pilots. So we're simply doing our part.
Keep it up.
By the way, hope everybody wondered,
Fighter is damaged.
have to remember the controls.
Attack there. Enemy locked on. That's what I like to see.
Our path is clear. Advance
Nice.
the outpost.
That ship right there is a nice supply ship.
Done, Titan.
They're doing their job.
They breached our missile
But yeah.
defenses.
I have to say, I watched the Godzilla vs. Kong trailer and I have mixed feelings.
I wish I could see the panic inside that station right now.
Our pilot, by the way, is voiced by a very angry woman. We chose the default setting, and the default setting for the pilot was angry woman, and so we just have an angry woman pilot.
Without it, the turbo lasers are vulnerable.
Rebel starfighters inbound.
Watch your backs. Attack. There. That's your target.
Are we not hitting this thing? Oh, it might be that our effective range is too slow.
Titan 3 is on their shield generator. Keep it up.
Enemies behind you.
I think I hear A-Wings.
Taking heavy fire. Station shields are down. Focus fire on the outpost's turbo lasers. We need a clear landing zone for our extraction shuttle. Evacuate the transports. Get the cargo out of here.
I'm seeing a rebel transport ship fleeing the outpost. I'm on your wing. That's a high-value target, and we won't let it escape. Eliminate the rebel transport. I'm here. Let's go. Watch your back. Focus fire here.
Man, those X-Wings are fast.
Be careful next time. You did your job. I'm here. Let's go. One more kill.
Nice, picking them off. I kind of feel the TIE Fighter is a little bit more accurate than the X-Wings. But it could just be the loadouts that we have. A little toasted there.
Look out! Enemies closing. Gonna take more than that. I'm on your way.
Take that. I think it's because I kind of like where their lasers are oriented. They're kind of basically on the bottom, and they're both two beams that are just in parallel.
Being tailed.
Can't let those transports get away.
Attack there.
You guys attack that. I'll attack this. Actually, we'll just focus fire. I didn't realize I was running so fast that I rammed it. Ramming speed.
Excellent. No! Our ships are gone. Well done, Titan.
Take that, rebel scum.
Got them all.
Get wrecked.
Careful, they're right on you.
Information and ready.
Serpentine, serpentine, serpentine.
I'm on your wing.
Keep it up.
You're finished.
All right. It's you probably can't beat this game only on TIE Fighter because every mission forces you to change up what you're going to be doing. So some missions you're going to be the bomber, some missions you're going to be the interceptor.
I'm here. Let's go.
Outpost defenses are critically low. Keep it up. This side's clear. Attack what remains.
Go back for another run.
Enemy fire. Clear here. Finish
Take
off the
that.
rest. How dare they? The outpost is defenseless.
Titan, this is Shuttle Gladius, inbound for extraction. We read you, Gladius. Titan will rendezvous at these coordinates. Thin the herd if you have to.
We will. It is hot. It is hot in here.
I'm in position. Focus fire here. Look out behind.
Good shot.
I'm with you. We're with you.
Oh, they're persistent.
Information and ready. That's your target.
Okay. But yeah, Godzilla vs. Kong. I feel like I talk about it while shooting down some Rebel Scum X-Wings. So, it's interesting how they start off right off the bat in the trailer, just Kong is already at the same size as Godzilla, which is interesting, because we all know that's not the case. We knew they were going to boost him. I think it would have been hilarious if they reduced Godzilla instead. Come on, there's two more, guys. One more.
We're with you. Finish them off.
Nice. Get wrecked.
Good riddance, rebel scum.
Yeah, get out of here, Rebel Scum. And when they're fighting, you kind of realize, man, Kong's super agile. And it really kind of shows how slow, and yeah, Godzilla's very tanky and he's very tough and he hits like a truck, but if you just kind of get to the side or behind him, he can't really do much. He's like, oh, he can tail whip him. Yeah, okay, so what? You can just literally climb on his back and get him in a hold. It's kind of weird. And his beam only works one way.
Titan Squadron. We'll keep you safe, Gladius. Let's get you to the outpost's landing platform.
Affirmative, Squadron Leader.
We'll be gone before the rebel fleet even knows we were here. Heads up, Squadron. Enemy A-wings are deploying from the station.
Don't let them intercept our shuttle.
Don't let them attack the shuttle.
More fighters coming our way.
They're finished.
The shuttle is under attack.
Get out of here. Those explosions look good, by the way.
Another for your tally.
Defend the shuttle.
Where are you going?
That's the last of the starfighters.
They've reached the station. Initiating extraction. Imperial shuttle has landed. They're storming the outpost. Squadron, we're en route to Agent Thorne's location. Stand by.
Shoot him at the airlock.
Be ready to retreat.
Why flee when we could blast the station to dust?
Escaping with Agent Thorne is Captain Carroll's strategy. We gain nothing by destroying a single outpost. More enemy fighters inbound.
They've come from the surface.
Only to die in space. Shoot them all down.
They're right behind you.
Because honestly, the TIE Fighters pack a bit of a punch. They may be like on the fragile side, but they can throw punches pretty well.
I say you owe me one. Sharp shooting.
Joining up.
Dare they?
Let's get this done.
Got one on my tail.
Rebel tailing me.
I feel it.
Takes care of that.
I owe you nothing.
I owe you nothing.
They're dead. Attack there.
Strategic formation.
Nice.
Stormtroopers. What are they doing here? Black. Access acquired. Hostiles blocking our route. Stand by.
But yeah, they'll obviously show how they captured Kong, how they increased his body mass for some reason, and what the threat is. That'll 100% happen. What I hope is that they don't waste too much time showing that.
Careful, enemies tailing.
Man, this guy's good.
They locked on.
Almost there. One more.
They're on me.
Because I'll be honest, I'm not a fan of the American Godzilla films. I didn't like the first one very much, even though you got, oh, I was like, what about that one fight scene against the Mutos? That shit was in the dark, and was so slowly paced and barely exciting. And then the second one, where they had slightly more interesting fights, but they wait till the very end, and there's so much... Ooh, almost got him. It's like, come on, man.
Now the next.
Titan, this is Agent Thorne. Your reputation precedes you. It's good to know my life is in capable hands.
But it was better.
We won't let you
I mean,
down.
anything was better than just mediocre nonsense, but it was still better. There was a lot of plot armor, though, on all the main humans, which I just hated, because their side stuff wasn't interesting. And it wasn't even like the usual, oh, Godzilla always had boring human parts. Some of the good Godzilla films make the most of the human parts. Like, they're actually trying to make themselves useful. Or they have some crazy idea that they're trying.
Cover our escape and escort us to the jump point.
And that was not the case in King of the Monsters.
Corvettes inbound. Move, Titan.
Ladies, change course and keep Agent Thorne safe. Titan 3, take out those fighters. Protect the shuttle at all costs.
Ramming speed.
That hurt?
Taking damage.
Get off my ass. Alright, everyone defend.
Target.
We don't need to go back there. As long as we're defending our target, we're fine.
More rebel ships inbound.
Of course they are.
Back to the Overseer. Fighters inbound.
I'm here. Let's go.
Could you take a shorter route, please? I know you're under fire, escort shuttle, but come on.
Just keep moving.
Man, those blockade runners are throwing a lot of heat. I don't think I've ever seen them throw that much heat in the movies.
They're sending more fighters after us.
They sent a frigate after us.
Keep it moving.
I'm in formation.
Evade those lasers.
Really, good advice.
Corvette,
Thanks, Org.
watch out.
Just don't get hit. Oh, cool. Is that what I've been doing wrong this entire time? Oh man, these are some cheeky rebels. Get out of here. You're doing fine, Gladius. Just keep doing what you're doing.
Agent Thorne, you're in the clear.
You have my thanks, Titan.
Ooh, look at this
Squadron.
lighting reflection over here.
My respects.
Nice.
Shuttle Gladius, jumping to light speed.
Enemy locked on.
See ya, suckers.
We did it. Squadron, reach the carrier and load up.
Let's leave this wretched system.
More rebel ships inbound.
The TIE Defender's in this game, actually, Alessandro.
Enemy ships are hitting our Gozanti.
It's classified as a fighter, so it is an alternative to the TIE Fighter, but yeah, the TIE Defender is actually in this game. They started off with just 8 wings.
Nice work, Titan.
The Rebels have the X, A, Y, and U wing, and the Rebels on the Empire has the regular TIE Fighter, TIE Interceptor, whatever the support vehicle's called, TIE Wraith or whatever, I don't remember what it's called. and a TIE bomber. But they added the B-Wing, and then they added the TIE Defender. So there's 10 wings now. Nice, we almost got all of them. Right, except for the time, we actually got pretty much everything. We didn't die, we got all the optional objectives. Not bad, not bad, not bad. Hey Gideon, how's it going today? But yeah, I did like how they were showing Kong throwing punches. You know, showing that it's not just one side. Everyone's like, oh, Godzilla's gonna win, hands down. I'm like, I don't know. The earlier, like, Kong versus Godzilla, like, whatever they made in the 70s, sure, that was comical and kind of dumb. But this one, I think they're kind of treating both sides with respect, where out of all the kaijus, Kong kind of shows that he can literally stand toe-to-toe with Godzilla in some aspects. Granted, Godzilla's still built like a tank, so even if he can't roast King Kong with his, you know, with his breath, it doesn't matter because it's still like beating up against some ridiculously durable nonsense. And, you know, in terms of just defense, an ape doesn't have like the ridiculous tough skin that Godzilla has. It's just in terms of offense and defense, Godzilla is better on numbers, but King Kong has that like agility, and he's, you know, a pretty smart guy or something like that. He also uses tools, which they kind of showed in the trailer, like him wielding, I don't know, some axe forged from the sun by dwarves, whatever they used in Infinity War for Thor. Just him grabbing that giant battle axe or something. I don't even know what they were doing. But yeah, them showing that shows that ingenuity going on.
When Captain Carroll said she was bringing in one more pilot,
U-Wings are the transport ones. They were transport ones in like Rogue One, but now U-Wings are apparently support vehicles that can provide healing and repair and resupplies for everyone else, so it's a utility ship.
Most spy extractions end with significant.
It can kind of shoot things sometimes, but it's not really a fighter, it's more of a support ship. But they're hella useful. It is so clutch when like a U-Wing just kind of flies by you, and then all of a sudden your health goes up to full and all your missiles are capped off. You appreciate it. I said this before, but I want King Kong to throw a barrel at Godzilla at least once, a flaming barrel.
Agent Thorne may not have known the precise location of Project Starhawk, but the intel has pointed us in the right direction.
Then we will proceed as planned.
Oh, hello. Captain, is this the new pilot?
Yes. A valuable addition to the squadron, wouldn't you say?
Indeed. Marvelous work securing Agent Thorne. You've exceeded your previous statistics by... Oh, forgive me. I'm so familiar with your profile that I forgot we haven't actually met. I'm LT-514, Imperial Intelligence.
Look how he said "full," like the way he moves his mouth. So expressive.
Captain Carroll.
These people have good faces. Like, they put effort into the background people, nobody cares about. Look at those people. No, none of them matter. But the people that are allowed to speak and have good lines, they put a lot of effort into those people.
Agent Thorne's intel has paid off. We've learned that a convoy of New Republic engineers is traveling from Hosnian Prime to Project Starhawk's secret base. Their charted path leads them straight through the contested territory of De Severo. According to our new information, the convoy will attempt to conceal its presence in a local debris field. Follow the convoy through the wreckage and allow them to jump to hyperspace. We will calculate all possible destinations along their
Speaking of
trajectory
Godzilla, have you
to
seen the
find
animated
Project
Godzilla on
Starhawk.
Netflix? I have not.
You must not be detected.
You tell me animated series and then Netflix, and I am 9 times out of 10 gonna immediately check out.
Not to interfere. Once the
JoJo Star, ever thought of doing a recap on Star Wars games? KOTOR wouldn't fit. KOTOR doesn't fit because that, like Mass Effect and like Jade Empire, it doesn't fit a set plot line, a storyline, because the whole point of it is you making small decisions and customizing your journey. So the story I tell, I can't really tell fine details because there's so many aspects of it that are completely different based on how you chose to play through the game. It doesn't make for effective storytelling. The whole point is about you creating your own journey. That's why KOTOR is a bad idea for a recap. It's a great game to play, but a bad story to recap. Because other than talking about the absolutely most general story points that everyone goes through, there's no point talking about the overall game, because the whole appeal of the game was your individual choice. And you can't talk about every single character, because you're not going to have every single character there. That's why those type of games that have that sort of emergent narrative, it doesn't work. Ooh, nice. TIE Reaper is what it's called.
Specialist mode made for utility and squadron support. If the enemy sees one, they know they're in trouble. With this loadout, it's built to disable enemy fighters with ion lasers. I've also equipped jamming tech to keep you off enemy radars, and tactical shields to protect allied ties.
Nice. Actually, I like playing support classes, and so I kind of like the idea of the TIE Reaper. Alright, let's give this baby a spin. Because to me, it's a fun thing just to try to keep your allies alive.
All this wreckage. What happened here?
Captain Amos is bloodthirsty. He's baited the rebels into pointless fleet battles over DeSevro.
And lost several destroyers by the look of it. At least his recklessness allows us to stay hidden. Stay together and keep your distance. The convoy can't know we're tracking them.
Yes, sir. Titan 3's radar jammer will make it harder for the enemy to track you. Use it wisely.
You're kind of still pretty agile. Ooh, you can cloak your entire squadron? That's super cool.
We're on their radar. Let's use those debris clusters as cover and close in on the
Have you read that Imperial Handbook?
But don't boost your
No, I
engines.
think I will,
It puts
though.
the entire mission at risk to fly so brash.
Was it in the hangar?
Smart.
Star Wars lore is always give or take, though. Very hit or miss.
That's quite the convoy just to protect rebel engineers.
Why not destroy them and stop those gearheads from reaching
Because,
their
you know, they talk
destination?
about so much stuff.
Patience, Von Reg. We'll have plenty of new targets once we locate Project Starhawk.
Yes, sir. You're right. It's smarter to hit them at the source than slow them down.
Move to the next debris cluster and stay out of sight.
Oh, it's an actual hardcover book? Oh, that's even cooler. In that case, no. But that makes me kind of interested. Empire's always been one of those where it's like, look, I get it. You're under bad management, but you stand for something good. People are like, what about all these terrible people? I'm like, look, it's like any organization, especially one that spans a galaxy. You got heroes on both sides. You know, not everyone in the Empire is a complete dick shit asshole. And not everybody on the Rebel side is like so pious and cool and kind, and it's like there's heroes and villains on both sides. You have assholes and bad management on the Rebels, just like you have, you know, really good, really effective, smart, and inspiring leaders on the Empire side.
He can't be serious. Captain Amos. What is
Thanks,
the meaning of
Amos,
this?
blowing our stealth mission.
You're letting our enemy escape, Captain Carroll. I will not show the same mercy. Fire the missiles.
We can't
Like I
lose this
said,
convoy.
bad
Titan,
co-workers.
shoot down the
What can you do
torpedoes
about it?
missiles. Captain Amos, you are compromising a delicate mission.
Delicate? This is war. Snuffing out this new republic is the only mission.
Hurry, Titan 3. Destroy those missiles.
That colossal idiot.
Convoys alerted to our presence. No way.
Oh, that is the world's slowest missile. I'm like, where's this missile?
Was nothing.
Take that.
Strange feeling saving rebels.
Captain Amos, this is foolish.
Oh, we have to defend the
Tormentor
Rebels.
is severely damaged.
I mean, we do have a mission to follow them.
Capable of destroying a few rebel ships. Just look at the wreckage around you.
I see TIE fighters out there. Shattered, broken.
This thing is precise. I like it.
Victory has its price.
Also, look how it bangs up his hardware. Captain Amos is a bad captain. I was wondering what the little green blips are, but it shows me, I guess, how many allies I have in my effective range for when I use my abilities.
Stay focused. Stop that scatter convoy. That missile made contact.
Oh shit. I was too busy not paying attention.
The convoy is getting hammered. Saving the rebels from Imperial missiles. If the enemy thinks we're saviors now, it won't last long.
It's just like when you watch Star Wars, Clone Wars, and you really see that there are Jedis that are just complete ignorant assholes and are actually just really mean.
That missile made contact. Practice makes perfect. The convoy is getting hammered. Keep it up, Titan 3. We need this.
Can we just ionize his freaking cannons to stop shooting? He's obstructing our mission.
Convoy's hit.
Where did he fire that missile? How am I missing these missiles?
Missed.
You're welcome.
The last of the missiles.
Amos knows he's wasting his time.
Anti-missile missiles.
Good work, Titan.
Yeah, exactly. Krell is a great example. Krell just didn't respect anybody except himself.
You must stop them, Titan.
There were so many hypocrites among the Jedis. And that's just the Jedis, much less like the Senate. The Senate had so many incompetent loser politicians. And of course, they got nothing done with all, just how ridiculously lame they were. There we go. Man, you really gotta hit those guys. It's a lot of little ion pew-pews.
Excellent.
But not the fighters, though. Take that. You're disabled. Take that.
See that you do. Thanks to Captain Amos. Physically retrieving the nav data is our last chance at finding Project
Anybody who
Square.
thinks their side is all good and the enemy is all bad, they are drinking the Kool-Aid. And that's true for any army. Like some Senate right now. Topical, but also true.
Shuttle's reached. Let's move.
Alright, so tactical shield. Oh, sweet. So we can actually give our allies shields. That is very nice. Alright, so I can provide shields and I can provide stealth.
Deploy tactical
Nice.
shields to protect our shuttles.
Sorry, ramming speed.
Shield deployed.
Why did he randomly stop? He just stopped. Alright, that wasn't on me. Oh, stop that.
They're stalled out. Attacking.
How do I repair myself?
Enemy starfighters are hounding a shuttle.
Shuttle team, prepare to board. Seize the data. Find out where these ships were headed.
Deploy shields on the shuttles.
We lost our shuttle. Titan
Oops.
3, help us finish off the enemy fighters. The boarding party has breached
That was
the
on me.
transport.
That's gonna cost me a
Stand by.
medal. Sorry, I'm just new to the job. I'm trying to get used to not shooting things per se. How do I repair myself?
They're tailing you.
Too close. I thought you'd let that one land and give them a scare. Deploying a shield for you.
I like neutralizing their shields and letting them just get wrecked. It's actually kind of cool.
Captain Amos, you are losing this battle.
Imperial might will always prevail.
I implore you to retreat.
And ruin my spotless record?
You are outgunned, sir.
Because you shot down my missiles.
Fine. I wash my hands of this, Captain Amos.
Oh, then the glory shall be mine alone.
Watch behind. Enemies closing.
The tracking on these things is really rough.
Successful ion attack.
No mercy. They're jammed. Covered. Good job. Jamming. They're off their radar.
Kind of reminds me of the Y-Wings. The Y-Wings with their ion cannons. I actually remember in Rogue Squadron. It was super cool.
They locked on. I'm on your wing. Shields up. You're safe.
Where you could just literally drop them out of the sky if you hit them with enough ion cannons. It was super cool.
Jamming successful, Titan 3.
On your wing.
Be careful next time.
I'll make this count. I'm in their sights.
Good shot.
Their radar is jammed.
It's interesting playing a support playstyle. You're mostly looking for like allies to buff with shields, and enemies to just rip their shields off.
Out of their misery.
I'm okay with it.
I'm being followed.
Take a shield.
Shielded. They're jammed.
They're jammed.
Also, looking at the radar on the bottom, like the little targeting computer, that thing looks super cool. You can't really stop and admire it when you're flying, but it's cool nonetheless.
I owe you nothing.
And with that, the starfighters are gone. For now.
We probably would have gotten a
Overseer
bonus
Ranger
if we
shuttle team.
kept the
Titan
shuttle
3, keep them
alive,
safe.
but that's on us. Okay, no, actually we have more shuttles. Okay, good.
Titan, the rebels have scrambled another fighter squadron. They're truly desperate now.
Alright, you get a shield.
We'll finish off their fighters. Titan 3, defend the shuttles.
Shield deployed. Nice. They're jammed. Good.
I jammed their radar.
Alright, you get a shield. Where did your shield go? I just gave you a shield.
You have a tail.
Oh, the shield's still up. Good.
Shuttle's hit. We can't let the rebels compromise this mission.
Enemy locked on.
Excellent. I'll finish them.
Careful. Shield the shuttle, Titan 3.
Alright, so I'm guessing the blue part is their shield. Yeah, the blue part's gotta be their shield. Shit.
Jamming successful.
Shuttle destroyed.
Come on, man.
Jammed. The rebels are blind.
You're safe.
At least I don't have to worry about one target now. You're gonna be just fine, little ship, probably. Get out of here.
Titan 3's mast on maneuvers.
Take some more shields.
Keep it up.
Almost ramming speed at it. Not tactical. At least we got one shuttle there. You know?
The rebels are drawing back their attack. They can't come this close to the Overseer.
I can't move that fast, guys. You're gonna have to really... This thing is literally... I'm at max speed, and it's still outpacing me.
You will not survive this assault, Captain Amos.
Why do I have to defend this guy? It's like when you have to pick up a shift for a stupid coworker.
It's too close.
Amos, evasive maneuvers now.
What are you talking about?
The frigate is about to explode.
But I want.
Shield on you, go! He's dead. What a waste.
I threw my shield on him, though.
At least we have what we came for.
Good job, Captain Amos. Now, nobody has to know what a loser you are.
Titan, we've recovered the sector coordinates.
We could have done that mission a little cleaner. All three, 2 out of our 3 shuttles died. I blame Amos, but fortunately, Amos, who messed up our mission, cost us 2 shuttles. I did my job. Amos is the one who messed us up.
Linden can't hide forever.
He paid for his mistake with his life.
Titan, eliminate the convoy. Let Linden know we're coming for him.
Hey, at least I didn't die. They gave you an award like, at least you came back alive. It was always so much fun flying a Y-Wing. Just running around. Whoa, look at that loaded. That's some rough loaded. Just running around and having, like, just doing bombing runs. Oh, so satisfying. What's up, Frisk?
Hey, there you are. Was looking for you back at the dockyards. Instead, I had to hang out with a bunch of engineers. They told me a whole convoy of new engineers got intercepted by the Empire. No survivors. Sounds like they had someone on the inside at Hosnian Prime. Give them all the details. As you can imagine, everyone at the dockyard is pretty spooked. I got a bizarre game plan for them later, to help boost morale. Gotta do our part, right? Say, between us, something's up. Something bigger than missing engineers.
Whoever's voice acting Frisk is doing a good job. You can tell the effort.
I feel like he'd tell us if it was just about the lost engineers. Nah, this is something else.
Alessandro, I like how it shows that the rebels were much more organized and funded. Yeah, honestly, it looks like in the movies they're always just barely scraping by, like they're just keeping the entire rebellion together with duct tape. And it can't help the fact that every time they show the rebels against the Empire, it always shows the Empire just overwhelming them, and just the rebels getting their asses handed to them and taking massive losses. Like, except for the penultimate battles where the main characters win the day, it seems any other engagement that they show, it just shows that the rebels just losing. Unless they have a main character in the party, it just shows them getting their ass handed to them constantly. And that isn't the case. That was what was so weird at the end of episode 8, where it's like, these 30 people are like the rest of the rebellion. It's like, okay, what?
You're right, Lyndon. My contacts verified your suspicions. It's her.
I knew it could only be Teresa Carroll. Her mark is all over these attacks. We know her style.
You do realize there's only one reason she would attack Osnian Prime and the engineering convoy.
She's searching for Project Starhawk. That's why I've already taken steps to stop her. Before she can find the Nadiri dockyards. Before anyone else gets hurt.
Lyndon. What have you done?
Relax, Ardo. All I did was send Teresa a message. One she can't ignore.
You fool! That was a trap.
An old protege of mine, Teresa Carroll, is leading the Empire's search for Project Starhawk. She won't stop until it's destroyed. So I've initiated a plan. I sent a message that we know was intercepted by an Imperial listening post hidden near Esselis.
What was the message?
Bait for Teresa.
Gary was
And
here.
now the
Ash is a
Imperial
loser.
post has served its purpose. We're ready for part 2. If we destroy that listening post, Teresa will think we have something to hide and follow that message to the letter. Vanguard, I want you to take Y-Wings with heavy ordnance to that post in Esselis and bomb it to oblivion. A Corvette will join you to draw Imperial fire. Gunny will support and resupply our bombers. These are your targets. We've identified the receivers along the hull as weaker areas. Destroy them all. Additionally, destroy the thermal regulation systems along the exterior trench and any dishes atop the listening post. If you pull this off,
Why don't we just blow the whole damn
rob
thing
the
up at this
Empire of a
point?
valuable asset, and then Teresa will fall right into our trap. Teresa Carroll was my second in command at Fostar Haven. She was my protege.
Always 2 there are.
She's gone from a Coruscant street orphan to captaining her own Star Destroyer. The Empire gave her everything, and she'll do anything to defend it.
See, he's painting her in such a bad light. She didn't even want that post. And the fact that he doesn't know her well enough to point that out just shows how bad of a relationship they had, where he's like, oh, she's got her own Imperial Star Destroyer, she's living it up. What a dick. And where she's like, man, I really hate the day-to-day grind. This sucks. This post is garbage. I don't even like what I'm doing. Which is good writing. Instead of just showing just one perspective and assuming that's the truth.
Y-Wings are built to carry bombs and other heavy explosives. It makes them slower, but they pack a punch against large targets and capital ships.
Interesting. So you can have basically a rapid fire cannon or a rapid fire cannon with auto aim, but it takes away half your mobility and it deals half the damage. Interesting. But the fact that it's auto aim is kind of appealing. And the range of 1,000 meters is kind of nice. Oh, this thing has range. Okay. Maneuverability penalty of 50% sucks. I think I'll just stick with the standard cannon. Aren't we doing a bombing? Should we not do that? Oh no, this is the bomb. Okay. So we have a huge burst missile and a huge bomb. We have chaff that we can throw up. That's cool. More shields, less health. I feel like this will maybe be the best. Just slowing hostile locks. That way my escort can hopefully get rid of them before I am. Because we're not maneuverable. We're Y-Wings. The hell do we care about maneuverability? Like, we're slow as hell. I almost want to do this where we just get a huge boost to health. And just tank the hits. Just tank the hits. I'll take this. Because we don't have to worry about lock-ons. Not worried about that. Alright. This looks good. Also, it's blue. My favorite color. Yep, squeaky chair. It's the return of the squeaky chair. I don't have any cool, awesome gaming chair. I just have like an office chair. That's super squeaky on the arms. So if I kind of lean over and grab something, that's where you hear the creak. What are you gonna do?
Republic comms. Do you think Teresa Carroll overheard everything?
She only cares about finding our Starhawk, Frisk.
Oh, sure. Still, we better bomb this listening post into oblivion, right? For the safety of our new battleship, and for no other
I hope that the bombing is less disorienting. That's the one thing that a lot of these Star Wars games... Wow, this is cool. Is that it's very disorienting to bomb.
Excellent. Upon arrival, you should be able to overhear some Imperial chatter. You can thank Ardo and his spy network later.
Let's form up with our Corvette. It'll run interference during the strike. This listening post in the middle of nowhere. How'd the boss find this place again?
He sent a message, specifically hoping the Empire would intercept it and reveal the outpost. They took the bait.
Talk about a long shot. No way he could have known that would work.
Unless the message he sent seemed so enticing, the Empire had no choice but to intercept.
What could be that enticing?
That's the thing. Jace won't tell us. But it's a seed that will sprout into a trap.
Let's focus on this mission and worry about the details of the trap later.
And I sure hope it's not a trap. The Empire is not known for laying traps. I love how we're not stealth and this listening post does not know we're here.
This one, perhaps, but it isn't the last listening post eavesdropping on the galaxy. Well, they do seem hell-bent on finding us.
I have problems matching speed with this thing. It's either too slow or too fast.
There's our listening post. I'll jam Imperial sensors on approach. I love it. They'll never see us coming.
You'll never see it
coming. On the New Republic, huh?
You'll see.
And just like that, we're hidden from Imperial sensors.
Oh, thanks. I guess the U-Wings do have cloaking.
Grace and I will take care of station defenses and starfighter patrols.
Here we go. 5, give them everything you got. Good, you're almost there. On my mark. It's bombs away. Now.
What? It's a raid.
What? It's a raid.
You got a lock on me. Nicely done. You're a natural 5. Now to bombard the rest of the receivers.
Get the broadcast system running. We need to call reinforcements.
I'm gonna play the objective.
Take down those dishes before they can make that distress call.
Squadron, target the dishes on top of the station. Empire can't call reinforcements without them. Enemies locked on.
That actually sounds pretty important.
On your wing, pal.
We are slow as fuck. Did I hit?
We've lost a dish. I don't care if we're under attack. Get the broadcast system up so I can call for help. We needed that dish. Come on. Love it. That's a hit. I've got that from here. Not bad, Five.
Oops, bump.
Okay, coming your way with a resupply. You're good now.
I wish there was a better way to know if I'm hitting them with my bombs.
Drop bombs. Kill their comms.
Like, is there an indicator that I'm missing for when my bombs are effectively hitting them?
Is the broadcast system working? Good. I'm calling in some backup.
Shit, we're too slow.
I found that from here. Not bad, Five. Someone stop them. We need those dishes. You let them destroy our broadcast dishes. So much for the distress call.
Nice, just in time.
Shooting, Five. Those
So in certain areas I notice that there's a little green indicator showing that, hey, it's safe to drop the bomb on the target, but it doesn't always appear.
Nice work. Imps won't be calling any reinforcements today. Impressive.
Hull is taking damage.
Yes, sirree, we are just doing our job, playing the objective.
Great work, Five.
It's not a glorious job, but it's a necessary one.
I'm under fire. Nice bombing.
If you need a resupply, just holler.
Did I
One
miss?
receiver left. Let's finish him off.
I guess we didn't do enough damage.
Under heavy fire.
Wow, Five. You really let him have it. Receivers are done for.
Here I am.
I do like how they're not even punching through our shields. We threw so much into health and shields. We were just tanking everything.
I'm in formation.
Regroup with me at the edge of the listening post.
You know, rightfully so.
Five, form up at the edge of the station. It's time to take out the thermal systems.
It's not our job to dogfight.
Took a hit.
I'm on your wing. Let's take them down. The thermal systems are located in the trench circling the edge of the station.
Roger that.
Fly into the trench, give them hell.
Give him hell.
Taking damage here. Right here and ready to go.
Oops. Oof. Almost scratched the paint there. Gideon, you have a great night. Thanks for joining the stream. We'll probably finish this game on Tuesday.
They took out my shields. We got a lot more ties inbound.
That is a you problem.
Our Corvette is taking heavy fire. Get in there and help them out, Five.
What the hell do you expect me to do with a bomber?
System destroyed. Temperatures are rising.
Thank God. The Empire's just opened a massive vent on the listening post. The thermal systems must be overloading. They're trying to cool down the core.
Regroup at the vent. I got an idea.
Heads up, I got eyes on ties. 5, get in the vent and blast that core.
We are chugging as fast as we can.
Protect the Corvette.
Vanguard 5, we need you at the vent.
Sorry, I'm playing the objective.
We lost the Corvette. Where were you, Five?
Dude, the hell do you want me to do?
Get in there and fly carefully.
We all believe in you, 5.
When you get to the core, start dropping bombs and do not stop. You won't have much time to get out once the core explodes, so be ready to fly fast. Drop your bombs, 5. I heard that from all the way out here.
Get moving, 5.
Quick, the vent is closing.
Go, go, go.
I'm boosting as fast as I can. Whew. Actually felt the tension on that one.
All right, team. Regroup and prepare for
That was a fun
hyperspace
bombing
jump.
mission. You know, it made you feel significant. I would need a lot more upgrades to be able to get in there and defend the Corvette. I mean, let's be for real. Hey, Zach, how's it going? Somebody mentioned earlier that this would be really cool with the Hoda stick, and I agree with you. This game is actually flight stick compatible for a lot of models, and is a great example of it. There's a VR for this too, which I agree with. It's super cool. By the way, that Resident Evil Village deep dive, dude, so good. Like, the more and more I see of it, the more and more I'm excited. I can't imagine people being upset with that.
All I'm saying is, instead of blowing up that listening post, we should have commandeered it. Imagine the kind of fun we could have had messing with the Imperials. Or the credits we could make.
As your squad leader, I'm gonna pretend I didn't just hear that.
Come on, Gunny. You telling me the New Republic couldn't use more intel? And you know war ain't cheap.
Actually, that's a good point. I guess once you steal a Star Destroyer, everything Imperial starts to look tempting.
You know, we used to be rebels. We turned into a legit republic, and suddenly we all gotta stay on the straight and narrow.
The commander's lining up a trap for Teresa Carroll. That's not enough of a con for you?
In the old days, I'd trick her for everything but a pair of boots to stand in. But I guess this'll do.
Well, when he's right, he's right. Now, how about we get some actual work done?
The Medium's coming out too if you're into horror games. But unfortunately, I do not have a Xbox Series anything, so can't exactly jump in on it this week as much as I would love to.
First,
I suppose I could always get it for PC, but at the same time, I like to actually own my games.
Our Starhawk prototype has been completed ahead of schedule. But the Empire does not know that. They believe it's still under construction. Teresa Carroll will keep hunting Project Starhawk until it's destroyed.
Are you telling our Starhawk is fully operational?
So, using that decoy message I sent, we're going to set up an ambush. The false intel stated that you're protecting a shipment of Magnite crystals, essential to completing the Starhawk. With this bait, we'll draw Teresa and the Overseer deep into the Xavian Abyss, a highly volatile area of space. Here is where we set our trap. Don't worry about the convoy. It's empty.
Northfield, how are you today? Thanks for joining, chat. Hope you're having a good night.
You'll need to clear any obstructions from its path. Vanguard, I want you to defend that convoy with everything you've got. We need to make this look good. Your destination is this bottleneck. There, the Starhawk will be waiting to disable the Overseer, and hopefully capture Teresa. Now, it might sound simple, but nothing is simple in the Xavian Abyss. Brace yourselves. And the Starhawk's crew.
More than ready. I selected the crew personally based on their expertise and experience. They've been training for months.
That's good. I appreciate your support on this, General.
It's a good plan, Lyndon. Just be careful. I know you have a past with the Overseer's captain. Don't let it cloud your judgment.
One moment, General. Sorry, I can't talk right now. Your squadron is waiting.
That's the same lady from Rebels, isn't it?
Right. This plan could knock Teresa Carroll off our tail. Sooner the better, if you ask me.
I still haven't seen all of Star Wars Rebels. I've only seen part of Season 1. Because I watched a few episodes of Star Wars Rebels. And I'm like, this show is stupid. This is written for dumb people. The dialogue and plot is just so bad. These characters are insufferable and everybody's a moron. I can't watch this. And I was like, no, stick through it. Season 2 gets so much better. I still haven't gone back and watched Rebels. I'm like, maybe I'll just watch literally everything else on Disney Plus except for Rebels. And this National Geographic looks pretty good.
When the Empire occupied Mon Cala, I learned
like, even the fake jokes they're using for WandaVision, you know, that are intentionally supposed to be bad, are better than the jokes that they legitimately write for Rebels. It's just, it's so insufferable.
Playing the dumb alien. A bartender, a sweeper, someone safe. Next day, the rebellion would know everything I'd overheard. It wasn't easy, but I learned to stay patient and wait for opportunities.
Was wondering if I'd ever do a 13 Sentinels recap. See, here's the thing, Northfield. I know it's going to sound a bit salty, but I originally was going to do a 13 Sentinels recap. I still haven't put out my review for it, but let's just say it's very positive. I really enjoy and recommend that game. I really do. It is very good. Especially for visual novels. This is a step above the average visual novel for sure. Both in storytelling, practice, narrative design, obviously visuals, interactivity, activities you do on the side. It is so well crafted. However, Sega decided to slap my VOD of the finale for 13 Sentinels with 7 copyright claims, all in this name of trying to censor the ending of it. They didn't like the fact that, even though I was very praising of it, they didn't like my Let's Play of it, of showing the ending of 13 Sentinels. So they slapped 7 claims on it. And, like, I'm not going to fight it. It also doesn't matter because all my streaming is it's not demonetized. It's non-monetized. But they went out of their way to demonetize my non-monetized video. And I was a little offended at that. Where I'm like, I understand wanting to protect a sensitive ending, but A, this game's been out for over a year in Japan and at least 3 months here in the States. It's not exactly like I'm showing this off like day one, the week it releases, or leaking it early. And 2, you know, I'm talking over it. It's not like it's a silent Let's Play where it's non-transformative. I'm there, I'm doing stuff, it's me. But yeah, the fact that they refuse to let anybody currently talk about the ending of 13 Sentinels means that I'm willing to bet if I put out a recap of it, which obviously would talk about the ending, I'm probably going to get slapped with that too. Sega of Japan just was very aggressive with hitting that, so unfortunately I will not be doing a recap until further notice. Because Sega Japan just isn't nice when it comes to some of their games. It makes me concerned because early when Persona 5 came out, they did the same thing for people with Persona 5. So I'm really cautious. You know, everyone's like, oh, you know, when you get to Persona, do all the Persona stuff. I'm like, I will. But I'm really, really hesitant on Persona 5 because Persona 5 gets slapped. First of all, I'll fight for it because it's transformative content. F you, Sega Japan. But for 13 Sentinels, like, I just don't want to go through all the effort just to post it, and it gets slapped by a company across the sea that doesn't understand that I'm not spoiling anything for them. I'm really doing what I can to promote for it. So that is the reason why, until further notice, until who knows when, I will not be doing a 13 Sentinels recap as I originally had intended. So,
one way or another.
Hey Dark, how's it going?
I've heard tales of the Xavian Abyss. They say it's swallowed entire fleets without a trace. Sending our brand new Starhawk in there is quite the gamble. Commander Jades must have complete faith in its builders. And in us, of course. We'll be the ones making this ruse work, after all. I took the liberty of studying the Starhawk's blueprints. It's not just another capital ship. It's a defense against Imperial fleets. Every spare inch is packed with lasers and munitions, but what really caught my eye was the tractor beam. If I understood the blueprints, the Starhawk's tractor beam is 10 times more powerful than that of a Star Destroyer. It's incredible.
Huh.
The Magnite crystals they use in the Starhawk's tractor beam are quite rare.
When's the next singing recap? Probably never. But we'll see.
My family spent an exorbitant amount of credits sourcing Magnite crystals.
But I'm doing very well. I feel great after the Resident Evil showcase. I didn't love everything they showed, but I did like a lot of it.
Shall we?
Of course, Everything Village looked great. Fantastic. Holy crap. And coming soon, which I love to hear. And then we had the Godzilla vs. King Kong trailer, which, here's the thing that I would love to happen. Here's the thing I would love to happen. I would love to happen. It would troll so many people. Have King Kong win at the end. Have Godzilla beating up on him and everyone's cheering for Godzilla. And then King Kong looks within himself and he discovers a new power that he's never discovered before. And then Krillin dies, and then it throws King Kong into such a rage that he becomes golden and it just completely beats the crap out of Godzilla. It would upset so many people. I cannot help but laugh. It would be so hilarious.
You got your choice of fighters for this mission. An X-Wing, Y-Wing, or A-Wing. They've all got pros and cons. Check the schematics and let me know what'll suit you.
Ooh. I do like our tanky boy, but I get the feeling we may want to be a little bit more versatile. Kind of want to go with the A-Wing.
Nice.
I like the idea of this propulsion engine. Let's give it a shot. Look how tiny it is. It's so tiny compared to the other fighters. I mean, that's the whole point, but Just to see the scale of it is actually pretty cool. If we're dogfighting, I'd rather be in an A-wing than an X-wing.
As you can see, I wasn't exaggerating about the dangers of the Xavian Abyss.
Yeah. Look at that lightning.
And we got word that Teresa Carroll has taken the bait. Her flagship overseer is closing in. Good luck, Vanguard. Protect that convoy. And see you on the other side.
You can feel it, right? Chaos on every side. We don't belong here.
I'd hate to see what does.
Hey, what happens once the Starhawk disables the Overseer? The same as the Victorum, I expect. Board it, lock its systems, and take the crew prisoner.
I don't know, Grace. I can't imagine Teresa Carroll.
Here's the thing I want you to consider. In all of the Star Wars games and the movies, maybe in the novels, but they can say whatever they want in the novels and the comics. But doesn't it strike you as weird that the rebels say, "Oh yeah, we'll take them prisoner"? When's the last time you ever saw a rebel prison camp? Or have the resources to support feeding prisoners versus fueling themselves? Why do I get this sneaking suspicion that rebels don't take prisoners? Why do I get the feeling they just tell themselves that they do, while they actually just kill every single Imperial? Like, correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't see rebel Imperial prison camps. Maybe they do prison exchanges? I don't know. But I just get the sneaky suspicion rebels don't take prisoners. What about Clone War airship? That's cool.
Look lively, Vanguard. Imperial ships are on radar.
Scouts. Perfect. The boss's plan is working. Give them a kill. Make sure they buy it.
I caught those ties scanning the convoy. Do you think they know there's no magnite? Enemy is destroyed.
Fine. You're off course. Watch the storm.
I've lost my shields.
That was weird.
Take that.
I didn't think I was that far off course.
Taking enemy fire. Right here and ready to go.
Stay on course.
Man, you really can't maneuver here.
I'm with you.
Fine. You're off course. Watch the storm.
Yeah, it's weird they just fly so far out into the storm.
TIE bombers. They'll blast that convoy apart. Get them.
Where? Where are they? Okay.
Attack that.
Man, those guys are fast. Holy shit.
Get the time bombers. Enemy is destroyed. They're breaking through. I have no shields.
We got ties closing on the convoy.
You're being tailed.
Yes!
Alright.
Bombers are toast. Now hit the fighters.
Oh, thanks. I knew I liked you.
Take that.
Okay. Man, I just feel like I'm so focused on just the flying. Like I'm flying in literally complete silence. I can't even be mad at Star Wars right now and rant. Because I'm actually having so much fun. Should only be a couple left.
Watch out! They're after you.
I'm glad we went A-Wing.
Nice work.
I hope we get to fly an interceptor next, honestly. I'm curious to see what the Imperial side of things do.
You're in the clear.
Thanks, Gunny.
We pushed them back. Let's keep going.
I repeat. Vanguard, the Imperial scanned the convoy, but the Overseer's still on approach. You must have stopped the ties before they could transmit that scan.
Where is the convoy?
Signal's breaking up. Let's push on.
The ambush point is this way. Ready? Let's go.
Oh, is that mission? Oh no, it's probably just part one.
There it is. The Overseer. Finally. We've drawn
Because yeah, the Imperials have work camps, and you see them by taking prisoners all the time. But at least they take prisoners. Rebels apparently can't be bothered; they just murder everybody.
How could you challenge an Imperial Star Destroyer?
If we don't destroy the asteroids, the Overseer will catch the convoy.
Guess Teresa decided to handle this convoy herself. Looks like the convoy's blocked again.
I mean, feel free to help, guys.
I got the cold sweat on my neck.
Stay focused.
I am. I'm very focused on the Star Destroyer right behind me. Trapped with nowhere to go. Launch fighters!
More Imperial fighters.
now I got an Imperial Star Destroyer right there on my butt, but it's worth risk. Alright, pretty sure I did.
The overseer's right in turbo laser range. Try to focus on the ties. The Starhawk will handle the overseer. If we can make it to the bottleneck in time, we will. We just have to push forward.
You just have to have hope. Hope is not a strategy. Stop with this. Stop with this. When did they launch all these fighters? Good lord.
Enemies hunting ya. Enemy is persistent.
Vanguard, the overseer is targeting you. Need more time. Distract Teresa while we charge the tractor beam. And stay alive.
Taking out her fighters one by one should be very distracting. Captain Carroll to Vanguard's squadron.
They are launching so many fighters.
Gesture. You have nowhere to go, and I have no interest in prisoners. Seems they've locked on.
It's a good thing I don't have motion sickness. This would just destroy anybody who does, I'm sure.
Another destroyed.
Enemies locked on.
I got you.
Tractor beam is charging. 34%.
Stay strong. We fly for the New Republic. You got him good.
Okay. I think we're getting used to this.
Deflector shield are down.
What's wrong, Teresa? Can't hit something that ain't a helpless convoy? Tractor beam's at 61%.
Don't die.
Enemy fighter is locked on.
It didn't even wiggle that much.
7%. Ready to trap. Got an enemy locked on. Fire tractor beam on my mark. We're ready.
What the hell? I think I was just standing there for a second.
Crawl through the bottleneck.
But so was I.
Position.
I'm trying to get on the interceptor's tail, but nice. I guess we did our job.
You brought this on yourself, Teresa.
Haha. Beat the timer. Alright. Go us.
That convoy's navicomputer had the sector and system we've been looking for. We've got them right where we want them.
That guy had a name, he can't be disposable. It's gonna tear the ship apart, isn't it? It's gonna slam him right into into a rock.
Titan, return to the overseer for immediate hyperspace jump.
We can't jump that fast. We could end up in the middle of a star or worse.
Stay and we die for sure. Move!
Honestly, it took that hit pretty well.
Well, we know the Starhawk works. Tossed the Overseer around like a loath rat.
Good. Lousy Imperials deserve payback, with interest.
Shall we just build a Death Star and get it over with?
Oh, come on, Grace. We're still the good guys.
Uh-huh.
How we won, right? Wherever they jumped, no ship's coming back from that.
Let's hope so.
High five, we murdered them with a super weapon. I like how the other one's like, let's just build Death Star. It's like, nah, we're still the good guys. Oh, that's what they said. So when we build a super weapon, we're the good guys. When they build a super weapon, they're the bad guys. Nice, except for time, we got that down. Sweet.
Where are we?
Outer Rim, Remetic System, Grid 042.
Scramble fire crews. Get a distress call to the nearest Imperial station.
Aha! There's an old munitions depot in this system, Captain. Run by a Colonel Grom. Must be our lucky day.
Make the call.
Sure, Grom isn't a terrible person.
This isn't over, Vanguard.
So, you jump to my territory, uninvited, then demand my supplies?
Colonel Graham, the Starhawk project is within our grasp.
I kind of agree with Grom. I'm like, you just dump yourself in my territory.
The Emperor assigned me to this depot. I decide how its resources are used. As of this moment, that includes your Star Destroyer.
Okay, that's overstepping
Consider
bounds.
yourself reassigned.
The Overseer was sent on this mission by Admiral Sloane herself.
Admiral Sloane isn't here, Captain. I have rebel guerrillas to deal with. And now, so do you. Grom out.
Wow, you just pulled rank. That is shenanigans,
He
though.
wants us to fight rebels. All right. We'll protect his depot, and if his munitions get lost in the crossfire, well, lucky for us.
I like the way she thinks.
Regulations specifically forbid this.
I will not be beaten.
I mean,
Vanguard,
do regulations allow the fact that a colonel can just straight up repossess an entire Star Destroyer, captain, and a crew just because they say so? I mean, is that regulations?
Now,
Just consider this a course correction. A bargain, if you will. See, Imperials have to deal with nonsense all the time, too. Ooh, there's that interceptor. Let's get started.
Well, that could have gone better. I never expected that cobbled-together battleship to be more dangerous than the Xavian Abyss. Those dockyard coordinates almost cost us the Overseer. Look at this place. The deck below is even worse. And did you hear? We're not being given the munitions we need to strike back. No wonder Captain Carroll's furious. We'll get through this. Think of Battle Group Echelon after the skirmish at Marasi. Supply lines cut, their admiral's flagship captured. But they rallied. They fended off the enemy, made repairs in hostile territory, and launched a daring rescue. And when they were ready, they returned to crush the rebels under heel. There's always a way to win.
I'm with you, Soul.
The captain summoned us. Let's not test her patience.
I completely agree with her.
local rebel forces are preparing to attack Colonel Graham's munitions depot. You'll patrol the area in preparation for the attack, and keep the depots safe. Graham is a fool, But his assets belong to the Empire, therefore they belong to us. During your patrol, Titan III will secretly search the station, its freighters, and cargo shuttles for beradium. This explosive material will be a valuable tool against the Starhawk. Tag the beradium, and LT-514 will retrieve it remotely. While Gralm is kept busy by the rebel attack, escort the beradium to the Overseer for safekeeping. According to the Colonel, these 3 towers hold large munition stockpiles and will be the rebels' priority targets. It's a powder keg. If we lose the
It's funny they still use the
towers,
term
lose
powder
the
keg.
depot, and the Overseer will be defenseless. Remember,
I guess at one
as
point
long
powder
as the
kegs
presence
exist in this
is underway,
galaxy
we
far,
can't
far
afford to
away.
engage
A
the
long,
Republic.
long time ago.
Secure the beradium, halt the rebel assault, and then we can leave the Remetic system. You're on your own, Titan Squadron. Let's do this right.
Yeah, let's do it.
I owe you and the rest of Titan Squadron an apology. When the Overseer was attacked, I realized that everything I know about war is what I've read. I'm beginning to understand how it must feel in that cockpit under fire. Terrifying. Yet you and the others risk it every day. I took this assignment to learn. Clearly, I still have a long way to go.
That lady over there has extra baggy pants. Look how baggy her pants are.
Seizing his munitions feels drastic. But Captain Carroll is
Why are her
entirely
pants so
correct
baggy?
that Admiral Sloane's orders
She has
supersede
distractingly
norms,
baggy
and we
pants.
are committed. To work. There's much to do.
I guess it's one of those one-size-fits-all pants.
Why is it that small-minded officers are always the quickest to flaunt what little power they have?
Because everyone knows an empty drum
Gralm can lord
bangs the
over this
loudest, or however that
pathetic
is.
corner of the galaxy all he likes. But I will not allow him to jeopardize our mission.
I agree.
This depot has everything we need to annihilate the Starhawk. Gralm may be an obstacle, but he's not our enemy. We will do our duty to protect Imperial assets.
With pleasure.
Go.
We're going to protect them so well, we're going to bring them onto our ship so they can be better protected. You got it, Captain. Xeon.
Captain Carroll has assigned you a TIE Interceptor. This machine is built to cut down enemy fighters, and that's what you do best.
Seeker mine.
I think you'll be happy with it.
I'm still gonna go with repair system. I'd rather stay alive. I think the slowing of the lock-on system is proving invaluable. Because if we can get their lock-ons less, then we're good. As long as we stay moving, we don't have to worry about it. What was that?
Overseer, Titan is outbound.
It kind of looks like that base that was on the Battle Scarif in Rogue One.
Patrol the area in preparation of the enemy attack.
Good. My munitions depot is as valuable as it is volatile. I expect you to defend it with your lives.
Titan Squadron, split up and patrol the depot. Find the beradium before any rebels arrive.
Copy, Grid. Titan 3 and 4.
I agree. We absolutely need to focus on defending this. And so to better defend it, how about you tell me where all your most valuable munitions are kept? You know, for safety and security.
operational. Don't let the rebels destroy all three. Nobody survives that chain reaction.
Sounds like you speak from experience, Shen. Which I know you do.
I like the lighting.
Wonder how many of our outposts survived. Could be more resources out there. Research, weapons, medical. Final tower is clear.
Good job, everyone.
No sign of the rebels yet.
Grom has several ships in the area. Target and scan them to locate the Baradium.
Titan 3, split up and find it. Scanning freighter. Titan 3, do the same. No Baradium. Any luck?
That freighter doesn't have Baradium, but I'm detecting concussion missiles, heavy ion cannons, plasma bombs as well.
Think of what we could have accomplished at Endor with these supplies.
Come on, Titan 3. Got a plan. During the Jabez incursion, our forces used Baradium, moved it with Zeta-class cargo shuttles. If Grom has Baradium, he might be doing the same. We used Baradium strikes to drive the rebels out of hiding at Jabez. But it didn't flush the rebels out. It incinerated them.
Sometimes you have to burn an entire jungle to catch a jewel thief. Isn't that right, Master Wayne?
Here they are.
That's it. Baradium. I'm tracing its signature across the depot now.
Titan Squadron, regroup.
Forming up on your position.
Excellent. We'll secure the Baradium during the enemy raid.
It's almost like they knew they were coming.
Titan, we have rebel forces emerging from hyperspace.
Right on time.
Rebel bombers are targeting the control towers.
Kill those bombers, Titan.
Remember, if they destroy the towers, we lose the depot.
Then the Overseer will be overrun. Or worse. Tower 1 has been targeted.
I'm in position. Stay aware, they're tailing. Notice fire here. Information ready.
More enemy fighters.
Easy pickings.
Thank me later. That's your target. I'm in formation.
Titan, rebel ships are targeting Tower 2.
Watch out! Joining your position.
Ooh, I like how they have battle damage. Yeah, you're welcome.
Rebel fighters coming out of hyperspace.
Lil No Pound. Thanks for joining, chat. Thanks for the words of kindness. I appreciate that. Hope you're having a great day.
Focus fire on the rebel corvette.
Then kill its bomber escort.
Hope you're having a good weekend, No Pound. I'm busy focusing destroying rebel scum, so pardon me if I'm distracted.
The enemy has targeted Tower 2.
Focus fire here.
We need to shut down that rebel corvette.
That's a bad move.
Lucky I was here.
Titan, defend Tower 3 with your lives.
Don't pick a fight. Attack there. Titan 3, fire on the corvette.
Enemy fighters are targeting Tower 1.
I know, but you want me to destroy the Corvette, right?
Corvette destroyed.
There we go.
You won't stop me.
The enemy has targeted Tower 2.
No slowing you, is there? I'd say you owe me one. Pay attention behind you. There I am.
We kind of have this mission so far so good.
Tower 3 has been targeted.
That's your target.
He's had all the bombers. Now what?
Nice. That was clean. I like the Interceptor. To me, it's more fun to fight an Interceptor and the A-Wing than it is the X-Wing or the regular TIE Fighter. To me, I think it's better to just be a specialist than it is just an all-arounder.
Titan Squadron, LT-514 will remote pilot the cargo ships to the Overseer.
Because yeah, taking out bombers is longer, but if you have just the maneuverability, you'll get the firepower.
Escort the cargo shuttles to the Overseer. Graham won't notice a thing while he's under siege. I'm on your wing.
Focus on the Meridian.
Alright, now we got A-Wings. Now we got a little bit of a fight.
Titan 3 and I will handle the other.
Attack there. Joining your position.
Cargo shuttles are en route but vulnerable. Move to assist.
Get wrecked.
That's your target.
Shuttle needs us.
We're with you.
Don't let them destroy the Baradium. Baradium shuttle is exposed.
Annihilate their A-wings.
You're welcome. Protect that.
Protect our Baradium, Titan.
Here I am.
Almost there.
The Baradium is ours.
Nice.
Realm is none the wiser.
Imperial high five, everyone. Well then, we did such a good job, we can just chill out.
Let's cover our shuttle. We have everything we need to annihilate the rebel base, their Starhawk, and Lyndon Javes.
Surely we had to get the time medal on that. Oh, nope, not over yet. Spoke too soon.
They've sent in a frigate. Destroy it immediately.
Shen, take point with ion bombs. We'll follow your lead.
I'll bring down their shields.
Titan 3, you'll focus on the turrets after the frigate's shields go down.
Okay. All on you, Shen.
Frigate shields are down.
That frigate will tear us apart.
Then we take out its turrets first. Focus
Where
fire
are its
on
turrets?
turbo lasers.
Watch over that target.
Ooh, ooh, that was... Oof, that was rough. That was clutch healing soul, thank you. I did not thread that needle.
Finish up the frigate. I'm right in their sights. They're all over me. They have a lock. They've locked onto me. Frigate destroyed. Good work, Titan. You've secured the Baradium and
Still
saved
alive
the
with
depot from the rebels.
6 hit points,
Mission
baby.
accomplished.
Both Grom's mission and ours, Captain.
Titan, dock aboard the depot for
We're a little bit reckless, but we're alive and we got results.
Titan Squadron, return to the Overseer at once. We're leaving the Remetic system.
Captain, I reassigned you.
Ha ha ha.
My orders come from
Man,
above you.
let's count how many fucks I don't give about that reassignment.
I have everything
1,
I came
2,
for. Cut communications with this imbecile.
You'll regret this, Captain.
and you'll be dead before I do. Ah, we missed. We actually got the time one though. Destroyed all. I thought we got all their turrets. I guess we didn't. But nice. High five. Alright, real fast, really quick break. And we'll continue on in just a minute. Everyone drink some water. Imperial high five, everyone. Okay. We're just cruising through these right now. I remember first session we were just struggling to kill that one frigate.
Our victory is nearly at hand. We have the location of the Nadiri dockyards, and the Overseer is almost back to full strength. Our only obstacle now is Vanguard Squadron. I won't let them catch us off guard. Not again. Admiral Sloane has a plan to draw Vanguard Squadron and other defenders away from the Nadiri dockyards. The Admiral has ordered Titan Squadron to play a part, and she wants you to take the lead. For this mission, at least.
See, I like the way they're incorporating not only her facial expressions with what she's saying, but where she's looking, and the way she's pacing around, and the slight subtle movements of like the way she turns and looks. Whoever did the animation for some of these characters did a very good job. I like seeing that. If you've known me for a while, then you know the biggest thing I hate anytime that there's story or exposition going around is when characters just stand around and stare at each other, like classic Elder Scrolls, where they just stand and stare at you blankly, just spouting exposition, barely moving their face, not moving their bodies. I hate that. It is such a lame way of delivering narrative or dialogue or anything, because that's not how conversations work. So, I like it.
Our Baradian munitions give us the
Hey Fire Emblem, how are you doing tonight? Sorry, I burped that one out. How are you doing tonight?
The Nadiri dockyards are protected by a massive rebel fleet. We cannot engage the Starhawk until it is vulnerable. Admiral Sloane's strategy is simple. I
was like, oh, Jedi are so great, yes. Those space wizards that kidnap children and indoctrinate them into their culture and religion at a young age. Yeah, they're so great. That consider themselves entitled to an entire planet full of this crystal that creates laser swords. But don't worry, they use their mind control powers ethically.
This will certainly draw out Anvil Squadron, who are defending Mon Cala. Stay ahead of them if you can.
Why not show the events that are being explained? That would be the best way. It's always better to show rather than tell.
You will lead the assault. Make this fast and brutal. They've earned it.
Like, when it comes to narrative, absolutely. If you can show rather than tell, that is so much more valuable.
2 battle groups will launch strikes at Onderon and Gorse, disrupting Republic supply lines.
Have a good one, Umbra. Take care.
Reports of your achievements have crossed my desk with unusual frequency.
Those accolades have been well earned, Admiral. If Titan Squadron's a weapon, our newest pilot is its cutting edge. Just as I'd hoped.
Then consider Mon Cala a test pilot. Great talent requires greater challenges.
Agreed, Admiral Sloane. And I look forward to filing my next commendation report.
I wonder if she's gonna fly one of the
Overlook
missions.
your unapproved acquisition of Colonel Grom's beradium supply. Although I hope you both learned something from that encounter. Colonel Grom is efficient. After all, he did successfully defend his depot without using any of his own resources. But an Imperial officer must also show finesse, if they are to command effectively.
We understand, Admiral. Completely. That will be all.
There you go. So if you're gonna do something that violates the rules, do it with style. That way your superiors are like, you know what? I don't appreciate you bending the rules, but I gotta admit, you made that look good. And everybody's cool. There's actually a little bit of truth to that, too.
For this mission, you're authorized to fly a TIE Fighter, Reaper, or Interceptor. Your choice.
Since we're gonna have to protect bombers, I'm gonna stick with the Interceptor. I was thinking we were actually going to do the bombing mission, but yeah. Oh, it's that type of ship that they started using in the new Star Wars.
Key shipyards.
So quiet. Perfect target.
Show no mercy, Titan. Sowing terror and outrage here means victory at Nadiri. Your first target is the refueling pods in orbit. Remember, enemy starfighters are patrolling this system. Move quickly and cut down any interference.
Let's get started.
I think I remember seeing these exact field depots in previous Star Wars games, like Rogue Squadron. They just look familiar.
Look at those transports go.
Oh, I'm out of range. Even says so.
Fuel eliminated.
Fuel is the lifeblood of war. No fuel means no ships or supply lines. Just a slow, lingering defeat. I'm on your wing. This will draw enemy attention. Let them come. Plenty of firepower to go around.
We're not here for a drawn-out battle, Vonreg. Hit and split tactics, remember.
Hit him and split him.
Odds gone.
I'm in formation.
It's so weird that you can be out of range. Like there can be such a laser of all things just loses its effectiveness.
Mission to take point 3. Got a score to settle.
Copy that.
Enemy starfighters approaching. Imperial invaders. This is Anvil Squadron. Leave Moncala immediately or face the consequences.
Anvil. Remember me. Should have finished the job.
What's the matter? You mad that we Alright.
Thank me later. I'm hit. Systems are down. Damn it.
Anvil's just mad. It's like, what, you mad that we popped all your balloons? You're gonna cry about it?
your target. You're just making me angry.
Good.
Another dead rebel. You're welcome.
Thank you. Get out of here, you wing. No one likes your style.
Scum. Enemy destroyed.
Let me guess, they call you Anvil Squad because you're just so used to getting pounded all the time.
Watch behind. Enemies closing. Attack there.
You're clear. This is Anvil Leader requesting immediate reinforcements to my location.
Nicely done, Titan. They will feel that loss keenly.
I've got our laser cannons warmed up, ready for whatever's next.
The hunt continues.
Yeah. Yeah, I find Interceptor is so much better for dogfighting. These cutscenes are very pretty.
Titan 3. Those transports are our next target. Looks like Anvil Squadron is already here.
Titan Squadron, these ships are under our protection. Leave now or be destroyed.
Oh, so you've heard of us.
There's a third way, Anvil. You won't like it.
Cut through those Anvil defenders and destroy the transports. It will be done. Those transports are fleeing towards Moncala's planetary defenses. They only delay the inevitable.
I see distraction. Some necessary evils weigh heavier than others.
Second thoughts.
An observation. Project Starhawk must be destroyed.
That's a one.
Forget the price.
Transport scuttled.
You'll suffer for this, Titan.
Try me.
Ethan, you beat 13 Sentinels? Nice, congratulations. Really enjoyed it? Me too. That's with a high five. I'm too busy shooting Rebel scum, so just accept that I'm giving you a high five right now. That was bad.
Lucky I was here.
Yeah, I was lucky you were here. Soul saves my butt so many times.
You won't stop me.
Transport is down.
Oh, what's the matter, Anvil Squadron? Are you mad?
Incoming now.
You've made an impression, Titan. Finish off those transports or push forward to the next target.
It's your call, 3. Attacking civilians. How much lower can the Imperials sink?
Civilians, this is a war.
Let's press on when you're ready.
I'm in position.
I say we kill them all. Let's see how fast we can do them.
Attack there.
So one. Man, Anvil Squad, you're just not very good at your jobs. Why are you guys so bad?
I require repairs. Blast it.
I'd say you owe me one. You're being hunted. Is that all you've got? Enemy transport is destroyed.
These ships are no threat to you.
Stand by.
That is not my problem. We go for a complete victory.
Focus fire here.
Fighter on your rear.
Reloading. Taking damage. Joining your position.
Shit.
You're welcome.
It is too hot.
Attack there.
Shit. Once again, ramming speed. Ah, that was bad. I shouldn't have rammed it. Well, there goes my perfect record.
Anvil Squadron has called in reinforcements. Incoming now.
You've made an impression, Titan. Finish off those transports, or push forward to the next target.
It's your call, 3. Attacking civilians. How much lower can the Imperials sink?
This is so precious.
Let's press on when you're ready. Transport is down.
I'm on your wing.
These ships are no threat to you.
Focus fire here.
Taking damage.
Taking fire. That's your target.
I'd say you owe me
Man. The boost is just so rough. I need to get better about that. Just getting super close.
Enemy transport is destroyed. Enemy got a lock.
No! Another transport!
All transports destroyed. 3's unstoppable today. Let's keep this going. Next objective is up.
Nice. Ethan, I'm really glad you enjoyed it. Thank you so much for watching me. To me, there's no higher compliment than hearing somebody say, wow, I watched you play it and now I want to play this too.
Our next target is that.
Makes me feel like I helped somebody indirectly.
A medical frigate. Is it carrying
But yeah, I'm good. When I do my review for 13 Sentinels, the more I thought about it, the more I'm like, actually, this is very far and above a lot of things. They did a very good job with it.
Enemy is locking on. Scuffed my hull.
That's your target. Double locked on.
If you want that frigate destroyed, we should hurry.
working on it. Oops. Oh, that was a bad turn. Old Hammerhead, that's what they call me.
Expect resistance, Titan. Anvil's on alert now.
We're ready for them. Frigate's taking damage.
Good. It'll take more.
Tracking Anvil. They're headed back your way. Sending coordinates now.
Follow me, Titan. It's Anvil Squadron.
They're sensing the silver coronet.
The flagship. Anvil's getting overconfident.
Finish off that medical frigate, or head to the Silver Coronet. The Overseer is en route to assist.
Damned Imperials.
So eager to die. Let's make it happen. I'm with you. Picked up a tail.
Frigate's breaking.
As expected. Thank me later. Fight turret damage. Yes, the frigate's almost done for.
Then let's finish this.
We are absolutely going to take this frigate down. I will not tolerate the impudence of them destroying me.
That's your target. Frigate is destroyed.
Yeah, take that.
Work. The Silver Coronet is next.
Enemy on your back.
Focus fire here. Reloading. Lucky I was here. Attack there.
Taking heavy fire.
Would you have an ion cannon to do something about that? Oh wait, we're attacking the wrong ship.
Remember, the Silver Coronet is our real target. Take no chances, Titan. Return to the Overseer's hangar if you need emergency repairs.
Actually, I do.
This is it, Titan. The Silver Coronet. The pride of Anvil Squadron. And a chance to strike an even greater blow. Titan 3, lead the assault. Demonstrate your capabilities.
All right, 3. Lead on.
Oh, you can actually swap. That's cool. Nice. We don't have a bomber, but we'll take it.
It might help to take out the Coronet's shield generators. Those gills on its hull.
We're wasting time on the Coronet's shields. Climb underneath them. We can attack the hull directly.
That's my kind of maneuver.
Watch out. Tractor beam. Try to boost free or destroy the emitter.
You're welcome.
That got through.
Stand by. Reloading.
We're making a mark. Silver Coronet is taking damage.
I'm dead. I'm dead. I already saw it. Blah.
This is it, Titan. The Silver Coronet. The pride of Anvil Squadron. And a chance to strike an even greater blow. Titan 3, lead the assault. Demonstrate your capabilities.
All right, 3. Lead on.
Yeah, it sucks that 13 Sentinels is not going to get any acclaim. And it's just because, you know, they don't have the biggest advertising going on for it.
Hit the undamaged sections. Spread out your attack.
The silver coronet's looking rather tarnished. Keep going. Sounds good to me.
Because it's been in development for such a long time. And other than points like, you know, it getting nominated for Story of the Year, which in hindsight, honestly, it really was the best story all year.
One last push.
Yeah, we almost got it down.
Under fire.
Shield generators disabled.
The Empire's taken too much from us. It ends now. Anvil, defend the coronet.
Ha, you say it like it's gonna make a difference.
TIE bombers are prepped for assault. I say you everyone. Titan.
Goodbye.
Those bombers to cover. Destroy the silver coronet's targeting system.
That's it. The silver coronet is done for.
Look at it burn.
Anvil leaders, any remaining forces. If you can hear me, fall back to Moncala. Repeat.
Take that, Rebel Scum. But yeah, other than the Game Awards giving it the most amount of exposure as possible, nobody's heard of it. Because even when I bought it, when it first came out in September, I put it immediately in my backlog. I totally didn't respect it. And only when I started hearing it, I was like, oh dude, this story's good, you really gotta get it. Yeah, other than not dying, we got everything else. Efficiency. I'll take that. It's just, brutal. It really deserves better. A lot of people are saying that there's going to be more DLC and maybe it'll re-release on the new gen, but nah. A small project like that, not all of Vanillaware's stuff gets ported. Just because, you know, Dragon's Crown did, doesn't mean the rest of them are. But Ethan, what you can do, and what I plan on doing, is just keep spreading the message of, hey, do you like really well-told games? Are you okay with visual novel formats? Play this game. Don't judge it based on Vanillaware's previous stuff, where it's much more action over story. This is 100% story over action, granted, but it is so well done, you will think it. Like, do you like non-linear storytelling? Did you like Lost? I actually never watched Lost, so I can't say I like Lost, but yeah. The DLC that I hear they're going to add, I don't know, people told me this, I don't necessarily believe it, but it's what I've been told, is that it's just going to be more battles, just virtual challenge battles. Alright, let's see if we can squeeze one more mission in.
Let's talk. You'll be commended for this, you know. The hero who led the scouring of Moncala. That's the sort of accolade
They call
that
you
gets people's
Hammerhead.
attention, makes them listen to what you have to say. If I were in your position,
They're reinforcing
I'd
your
be
hull,
thinking about what that
so we can
newfound
continue
facility
ramming
could be
speed.
used for when the war's over. Just a suggestion. Let's find out what Captain Carroll needs next.
In another way, that's another reason why I don't necessarily want to do a recap of it. Look at those 3 guys in the background. 4 guys in the background just running in unison. But that's another reason why I don't want to do the recap, because that is not a game that I want to tell in its chronological format, just spoiling everything. Because the unwrapping of that layered story is part of the appeal. I almost don't want to tell a story at all, because I want people to play it and experience it themselves. I want them to buy this game and support Vanillaware. You know, Vanillaware is only 30 people. It's not a big studio. It's only 30 people. 30 people made that game. That is damn impressive in my book. So absolutely, I want to just go ahead and tell more people about it, have more support. I don't want people to look at a story and then be like, oh, okay, I got the story. I don't need to watch any of it, or I don't need to play it. No.
We should begin the briefing.
Don't do that.
Our diversion was a success. Vanguard Squadron has left the Nadiri dockyards to aid Mon Cala, leaving the Star.
Actually, we may not have enough time for another mission. We may call it here.
We now have a clear shot to finish our mission. Admiral Sloane has sent reinforcements to help secure our victory. But you, Titan Squadron, will lead the strike against the Starhawk.
It's that same ship that
perimeter defenses intercept you on approach.
That
Show them no
what's his
mercy.
face? Kylo Ren had. What was it called? Interceptor or whatever? Maybe it was called the Interceptor. I don't remember what it was called.
Generators at these locations. Destroy them all, and the Overseer's bombardment will begin. After the shield generators are down, Titan 3 will return to the Overseer to acquire Baradium-enhanced munitions. This is where we show our true strength. Immobilize the Starhawk with Baradium. Do not stop until its hyperdrive is destroyed. I want that ship.
I like how this is going back and forth between both sides. At first I was skeptical. And I thought, they're going to make us choose a side. It's going to be 2 campaigns. But the fact that it is 2 campaigns, but they're interlaced with each other, and you're going back and forth, I like that. So I'm going to put the controller down. We're done basically playing right now, but it gives me a chance to talk to you guys because I'm so focused on this game. This game has me such rapt attention, and it's actually kind of refreshing. So my favorite character, Ethan, was easily Takatoshi. So I love Takatoshi. A lot of the stories are very good. I did like Megumi's story a lot. Nenji's was really good too. It's just so many of them have such good storytelling. And the approaches they took to each of them was well done. Kalama, how's it going? You came in right when we're about to wrap up for tonight, but I'm glad you at least came in to say hello. I appreciate it. Yeah, the Yakisoba Pan. Gotta love it. There were no weak links in any of the 13 narratives. Each of them took a unique identity, each one focused on... Because at first I'm like, oh, 13 characters, how am I going to tell these people apart? I normally don't care for narratives with really long characters or long character casts or so many names. I get confused. But no, each one, their personality, their goals, their eccentricities, they just stood so distinct that they're memorable even right now. It's interesting to balance a cast with such well done... What was that other thing for a more civilized age? But, yeah. 13 Sentinels is excellent. This game is also very good, by the way. Not to pull away from Star Wars Squadrons, but Star Wars Squadrons is hitting a lot better than I thought it would. Story is really well done. The visuals are on par. The sound effects are great. The controls feel great. Like, a bit of a rough spot for me, especially since I still need to keep, my foot down on the throttle, not ramming into ships. That's completely on me. I never feel like any of the problems with this game from flying or shooting ever stem from the game itself. I 100% accept that all the problems that I've done, or every single one of the deaths that I've had, was 100% on me. I very much respect this game for that. Sometimes games have really garbage combat where it's just like, okay, the game feels cheap, or, okay, I really don't feel that was my fault, but no. Anytime I was too slow, anytime I was not precise, anytime I wasn't efficient, I knew it was my fault. And the game at least recognizes when you are being efficient or inefficient. And I respect that. It's not afraid to pull punches. And the addition of the optional objectives is nice because if you're falling behind, it doesn't penalize you. It's not like you were too slow destroying all 4 capital ships. Like, look, destroy 2. If you want to destroy all 4 because you can, great. If not, it's okay. I like that. And the original storyline's nice. One thing that a lot of Star Wars games do, and I hate it. I hate it so much because it's so unoriginal. We have so many resources, such a large galaxy, literally to pull from, so much lore. Yet, why are we still flying the same battles and fighting on the same planets, the same 5 locations, aka the ones in the movies? Why are we only there? Why are we only in those battlefields? Why are we nowhere else? Why are we doing nothing else? Why are we only refighting the same time? Like, how many times are we going to fight the Battle of Hoth? How many times are we going to fight, you know, what was it, Jakku or whatever it was in Force Awakens? Like, how many times are we going to fight the same damn battle? How many times are we going to do the trench run for the first Death Star? How many times? Stop it. Tired of fighting these same 30-year-old fights. Just tired of it. It's like World War II video games. Like, I'm tired of doing the same battles. I'm not saying those battles are less important. I'm just saying that there were a lot more battlefields, a lot more skirmishes, a lot more important points of interest and importance in the war than just the same 10 battles that they teach in history class. There's more than that. And same thing for Star Wars. There's more than just the same 5 or 10 battles, you know? Especially the ones where the Rebels lose half the time. Creating much more interesting scenarios with the existing universe is what Star Wars culture is all about. And I really enjoy how Star Wars Squadrons is embracing that. And not only giving us great gameplay, but creating a foundation where I'm like, this is good. I appreciate they recognize it as a budget game. And this is yes, more of this. And it doesn't have to be Rogue Squadron. It doesn't have to be about Luke and Wedge, you know? They're not the only fighters out there. There's other people. There's heroes on both sides. There's more conflict than just that. That's one of the reasons why, ironically, I love the original Rogue Squadron and I like the original TIE Fighter over X-Wing or Rogue Squadron 2 or 3. Because those games, the other ones, focused on battles we already knew about. But TIE Fighter introduced so much of the expanded universe and tech and different types of flight models, and Rogue Squadron did so many battles from, like, the books, which was so cool because they're battles you don't really see or talk about. So I liked the change of scenery. And the amount of wings you could fly was great. So, yeah, this game is very quickly rising and getting points in my book because I'm seeing way more positive than I am negative. Like, even the negative that I see here are just minor nitpicks. This game is hitting above its weight class in a way that I think is very impressive. So, kind of like 13 Sentinels. You know, you look at it and you're like, whatever. And a lot of people did. A lot of people still do. But it punches above its weight class. I'll give you guys a sneak peek because I haven't finished the review yet. I'm trying to find ways to constructively get it, and also there's a lot of footage to pull from, and also I'm behind on The World Ends With You and other things. But 13 Sentinels, in all fairness, it's an A-, 100%. It is an exceptional game for its genre. Like, you look at all the other visual novels or visual light games, gameplay, stories, things like that, and they're all told in very dry ways with such separation from the gameplay and the story being told. And 13 Sentinels weaves both together and creates such interesting scenarios to progress it. It's not just a flat book being told with just text box after text box right in front of you. It's not delivered in such a mundane way. It kind of is in some ways, where the core conversation is still, you can only do one thing in each of the skits, and it's still being delivered to you with sprites. However, for that genre, it has way more engagement, way more interactivity, and way more pacing of itself between its gameplay elements and not to of its contemporaries. Like, it is a fantastic visual novel game. It sets a different standard and stands apart that makes it very difficult to compare it to other visual novels, which is fantastic. To me, that's the sort of exceptional thinking outside the box of not just resigning yourself to conventions of your genre and not feeling bound by them. 13 Sentinels exceeds and not just exceeds just for the sake of being different. It exceeds because being different exactly, once again, ties around to the theming of how it's being told. It's not just being told out of order to be mysterious or be subversive. Even though it does do that and it accomplishes it well, it does it because it's also the point of how its story is being told. And so that deep layer to thinking and the way they pace itself, to where only once or twice have I encountered a chapter where I feel the order slightly off from something else I already know. But oof, the polish is so well done that it stands above in its own genre. It punches above its weight class. I don't award anything in the A tier very lightly. So take it from me, somebody who's a cynic, somebody who focuses on criticizing things because they want things to be better and held to a higher standard, that 13 Sentinels is an excellent game and earns it. So I know I'm talking a lot about this, and he's like, this has nothing to do with Star Wars or flying. Oh no, we'll get to this game later, but I can tell you right now, this game is building its case, and I haven't even touched the multiplayer, and I'm not even going to. I won't even do a review on this game because I'm only playing part of it. That's not fair to it. But I mean, I can say that about Ghost of Tsushima, where I'm not touching the multiplayer, but I'm still going to review it. But if you want excellent storytelling, if you want excellent smooth gameplay, both of these games doing a great job. So what else do you rank A tier? Of the stuff that I did last year, the only other games that I've ranked A tier where they are exceptional, they are actually exceptional, where it is difficult to find anybody where you can compare it to another game and be like, this game, you know, this other game does it better. It is hard to say that. These are basically small kings of their own mountain. Because, like, Ghost of Tsushima is not an A. It is not an exceptional game. When it comes to the storytelling, the presentation, the open world, the combat system, all of it's been done better. It is a very well polished game. It is a very familiar game. It is something that is very comfortable to play, but it is not exceptional. It is not a model with which anybody really needs to be looking at, and if you skip over it, it is forgettable. Some people are like, but I really like this game. You absolutely can love this game. There's nothing wrong with that. But that has nothing to do with where it stands in terms of matchups. That's what the whole point of tier lists are. Everything's relatives. What matches up to it? A lot of games match up to it, and a lot of games do things better. But you try matching up other visual novels like 13 Sentinels, oof. Good luck. Good luck. And a couple other ones that I rated A or somewhere in that tier would be Nier Automata. And if you want the full reasoning on that, you can enjoy the deep cut review that I did for it that is exclusive to patrons, that you can be for just $1. You can listen to it. You can listen to the deep cuts I make for every single recap. And the other one would be Chrono Trigger. Both of those games are top tier. They are hard to match up against. They are the game that other games get compared to. And when you are king of those mountains, and you set a standard, or you trend set in such a way, or you split off from the conventions but do so in a very good way, that's what gets noticed. That's what makes you exceptional. There's a difference between being above average, which is still very good. Even being average is good. But being exceptional, you need to actually do something exceptional. You can't just be very, very good at what you do, although that helps. You have to be different, you have to do it well. You have to stick to the landing. And some games you don't need to do that. Some games are like, hey, we're just going to do something that everybody knows about. Like, if you want another A-tier game, Tetris. Good old Tetris. Tetris is a standard so many other games are still stacked against, no pun intended, to this day. And it is the literal definition of elegant simplicity. Tetris is, you could almost argue, a semi-perfect game, because everything it does has purpose, and it has no wasted space. It does everything well. It doesn't do a lot, but the stuff that it does is incredibly efficient. Because a lot of people do stuff for the sake of doing stuff, and it's sloppy, or you feel like it could have been cut off. And that is all killer, no filler. You can't have crap in your way. You can't be blogged with fat. Gotta trim that fat. And Ethan, one last question. What exactly are deep cuts? Deep cuts are my behind the scenes / semi reviews / my thoughts either on the game or the production behind the game on any recap that I've done. The collection of which is on the Patreon page that you can find in the description below. So any support, of course, is always appreciated. And keep in mind, though, it is not for the faint of heart, because I am expressing my personal tastes and rating on things, which is very critical. So if you care about a game, and I'm just tearing into it, I do rationalize my decisions, but it's not for the faint of heart. But it is very unfiltered, very honest opinions on every one of the games that I play. Because this may surprise you, but I don't love every game that I recap. And if you want the true story on how I feel in detail, check out those recaps. Or those deep cuts on the recaps. Anyway, thank you so much for watching, everyone that joined in. I am enjoying this game. I know there's not too much left. This game is not super long, but we're going to finish this up on Tuesday. So until then, please enjoy the rest of your evening. Please enjoy any future Resident Evil news, and look forward to the next recap sometime this week. I'm Odie Black Mage, and I'll see you on the next battlefield.